Hey, it's Tyler from Rehab to Fab Designs, and I am knee deep in a house renovation. As you can see here, we're up in the North Georgia mountains in Clayton, Georgia, helping a friend remodel a house that she bought that she's going to be renting out as an Airbnb. And so we have been here all week painting. You can see everything's taped off. We just pulled all the covers off the windows earlier, so we got some light in here again, thank goodness. But right now I am working on the trim here, and I was going to do a quick little video for you to show you how to get a nice clean line with your painting. Okay, so a couple of things you're going to need so you can keep your area clean and get a nice clean line. You're going to want some paper to put down around your edges to protect your floor, because obviously we don't want to mess that up. I've got blue painter's tape. I know some people like frog tape. I like 3M by Scotch. It's my go-to for all my tape needs. And then you want to make sure you have a good brush. So I'm using Wooster Pro brushes, not this one in particular. This is a 3-inch and it's a straight. I'm using a 2-inch and an angled brush to get my nice clean lines. Also have a tray here with my paint in it, and then a roller just because it goes faster at getting the baseboards. And then I'll use my brush for the trim. Another thing that's important is to have a nice smooth finish before you start your paint. General contractors don't normally sand their cuts, so you'll want to make sure that you sand down your corners here at your joints, and also the piece in general, your wood. Most of this is just regular standard grade lumber, so you want to make sure you have some sandpaper handy to smooth it out, and then you can fill in any dings you want with a wood putty. So we're going to start with our roller. I'm just going to pick up some paint here. This is raw wood, so I want to make sure I pick up plenty of paint, and I'm just going to roll this on. And this is why I said I use this, so I can kind of get more surface area and get done a little quicker. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to come back over it after we roll paint with our brush. So for my trim work here above the baseboard, I'll use the roller too, just so I get kind of the same consistency with my paint as far as the texture goes. And then we're going to come back over that. So next we're going to pick up our brush. I want to make sure you load a good amount of paint on it. Don't want it to drip, obviously, but you want to have plenty of paint. And I'm going to go right here in this crease. And we're going to make sure we get that nicely covered. And this is why I said we will come back over all this with our roller afterwards. But right now we're going for coverage. Okay, so same thing. For a nice clean line, I'm trying to hold the camera too, sorry. You want to start, the corner is the hardest. Once you get there, commit, and then just with a steady hand, run straight across. So this is why having a good quality brush is important, because if you have a cheap, crappy brush, you're not going to get this nice clean line. So you can see here I started kind of running out of paint. So that's when you're going to come and pick up more paint, and you're going to come back over it. And while this is here, I'm going to go ahead and catch it, and I'm going to pull it down. So we're going to get a little more paint. And we're going to pick up right here where it started skipping. I'm going to try to line it up the same. And we're going to keep going until we run out of paint again. I'm going to take this, I'll run, and drag it back. And then lastly, we're going to come back over it again. Remember I said so our texture is consistent. So I'm just going to pick up my roller. I really didn't need paint on it, but it was already down in it. And I'm just going to roll right over this again, just to smooth out any lines from my paintbrush. I'll go ahead, since I have extra paint, and we'll get down here on our next side. This house has a lot of trim work. It has baseboards and also trim up top. So we are coming in with our roller, rolling the majority of it, and then coming back again with our angled brush to do the top trim. And important things to note here are to make sure you have good quality products so that you can get a good outcome. We are using Wooster Pro angled brush for the top to get that nice clean line, and then roller brushes as well for good quality work. I've got pictures of them dropped in here so you can see. And also be sure and check out our next episode of the Mountain Cottage makeover up in Clayton, Georgia. Thanks for watching.